Hello everyone, this is me, the Infinity Legend 777, and today I'll be doing an interview with one of the best Idleslayer players. My first question is, how long did it take you to beat Idleslayer? Like for achievements?
Well, I guess, first off, thanks for referring to me as one of the best. I don't know if it's true, but I'll take that.
Yeah. I think it is.
And I mean, I've been playing, I actually thought a little longer, but I've been playing just about 3 years. But honestly, probably for the first year, I wasn't really very good at the game, right?
Yeah. So yeah, alright, now it's your turn.
Let's see here, okay, well, so I watched your video on fighting Victor Alpha.
Yeah.
How many times did you fail Victor Alpha fighting him the first time, right? So when you fight him, in story in the village, how hard was that version for you to beat before you went on to fighting the Alpha version?
Oh yeah, interesting question. Well, that was a pretty long ago, and to be honest, it took me around 10 attempts, without the jokes I do with the percentage of my powers and stuff, yeah. Yeah, even though I got some little bit help, because in that time I wasn't skilled at all, but now I'm pretty skilled at gaming and that stuff. So yeah. Alright.
Alright, that's back to you.
Yeah. So, do you think that my progress on Idleslayer is good?
Well, you're what, like some 600 days into the game?
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Yeah, probably pretty good. I'm trying so hard to remember, but it's like as I was playing the game, I wasn't checking and being like, okay, I'm at day 600. How far along am I? Right?
Yeah, I actually do that.
But, I mean, you're definitely you're definitely well into the game, so I'd say you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I had some, for the days, like, some eras when some days I grinded a lot, and some days I just, offline stuff. So yeah, now it's my turn. I mean, it's your, oh my god. Yeah, so.
One of those statements must certainly be true. In terms of, like, your Slayer points, where are you at with Slayer point progression, and do you feel like you're at a roadblock, or do you think, like, you're making steady progress?
Well, it's actually a 50-50. Why? Because when I was in day 400 to day 500, I was getting the Slayer points in active game with Rage mod, and the best of all with the chest hunt, which I had, and now I still have the same sword, the Kishiar Great sword, which I probably have that sword around a year and a half. Yeah, that was literally my first armory that I got it and said, oh, with options, wow, this sword is interesting. You know what, I'll level it up. And yeah, since then I haven't changed my strategy of swords. And also, for the Slayer points, the sword now doesn't help me, because it gives me a lot of Slayer points for chest hunt, and my best chest hunt was 5 quadrillion Slayer points, which is very little, because the next upgrade I want to buy is clearance, which costs 10 quintillion Slayer points. So now I get them offline, and also spend those crystals, or whatever they're called, I forgot their name, which I got them free to play from the Dragon X and stuff.
Yeah, the Joseph Soul.
Yeah. So, okay, now I'll ask you a question. What was the best thing it happened to you in Idleslayer? Like the best Ultra Ascension or Ascension, like those stuff. The most fun, yeah.
Let's see, well, so for me, I know, as I was originally playing through the game, getting Edgemaster was a huge thing for me, right? I was tired of having to re-unlock those weapons through the quests. And so when I got Edgemaster, that was very exciting. I was very excited when
Hello?
It kicked me out again. Hi, and so for you, what is something that has changed as you have progressed through the game? So right, in terms of maybe, something you didn't used to enjoy, but now you do, or maybe something you used to enjoy and now you don't. Well, what do you think has changed the most for you as you have progressed through the game?
So mostly, now that I'm trying to do some experiments, because you know, my way of getting Slayer points is offline. So yeah, like now I do things like the bosses fighting, and next I'll maybe try ascending heights on hard mode, and that stuff. And the thing that changed for me was the way of getting Slayer points. That really was a good change, because it was at the perfect timing when for me the best thing was offline games. Which probably in a question maybe it will be, you know, like important if I need to do changes. Like I'll ask you a question that later. And yeah. Now I need to ask you a question.
Yeah, have at it.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite destination for music and background and quality and stuff?
No, I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah, I mean not for Slayer points or coins, because I know that the factory is the best for Slayer points. It will always be. But for the things of liking, like for example, for me it's the funky space because I really love the music and the design and that stuff.
Oh, okay, I understand now. I actually really like the Modern City. I do also like Funky Space quite a bit, but the background music in Modern City is pretty fun, and I do like that the enemies there. You know, there's a lot of different like elemental toggles you can do, right? So you can get fire worms, ice worms, electric
Yeah.
worms, and the bats have fire and ice variants as well. But yeah, the music there is really fun.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now you ask me a question.
Let's see here. Trying to think of we know you're good at all the mini games because you're very skilled, and I'm sure your editor won't put a cap on the screen.
Yeah. I hope that, yeah. Editor, if you are hearing this, please do not put a cap on the video, bro, please. Yeah.
Which not necessarily in terms of like the rewards, but just in terms of how much you enjoy playing them. Which would you say is your favorite of the mini games?
Well, that's actually pretty interesting questions, because I have a future video that I'll be ranking the minigames, which that video will probably be about both things, but I guess I'll answer it for now. So yeah, that's a sneak peek for the video, yeah. My favorite minigame is the chest hunt. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it gives me, I have a lot of memories about the chest hunt. Like, there's so much, yeah, that's a very emotional minigame as well. Because I always get close to a perfect chest hunt, like one chest away, and yeah. It's maybe average that most of players rage quit, but yeah, I sometimes. Yeah, that was a very good era when I was literally getting a lot of chest hunts in a row with one chest away from perfect chest hunt, when I needed one more perfect chest hunt. And yeah, that time I was, yeah, raging a lot. So yeah, for me it's the funniest, and the music is very good. And it's very interesting. Like, it's kind of one of the maybe most original things. Like, for example, the bonus stage or the coins are like, and the boxes are similar to Super Mario and stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, when I first started playing Idleslayer, my initial take on the game, I was like, this is like a cross between Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario, and like adventure capitalism, right?
Yeah, I also have played that game, yeah. And the popular copy of the game called Cell Lemons, which is on Roblox, yeah. Alright, now I'll ask you a question. So,
Yeah.
let me think. What was the hardest achievement for you to get?
The hardest achievement for me to get, let's see, well, it did take me a while to get the level 500 spear, which is why it's just crazy to me now that it's like I ascend, I rage farm some coins, and boom, there's my 500 spear.
Yeah.
That's how it works, but what is it called? There's an achievement to like find the secret song or whatever it is, and that one actually I spent forever on because I refused to look stuff up, right?
Yeah,
I wasn't just gonna Google like how do I do it, and I thought I figured out how to do it, and then I did it, and it didn't give me the achievement, so I was just all like, maybe there's another step or something like that. And I just kept figuring, well, I'll figure it out eventually. And then a long time went by, and I still didn't have that achievement. And I finally broke, and I was just all like, what am I missing? And it turned out it was just glitched. I did what I was supposed to do to get
Wow.
it, and it just, for whatever reason, didn't give it to me. So I was like going crazy trying to figure out how to do that achievement. when I actually had already done it, and it just didn't give it to me, and I ended up because I played the game mostly on mobile, but sometimes on laptop,
Ooh.
and it ended up just being like the next one time when I logged into my laptop, it just like I logged in and it's just like, hey, you got this achievement.
Oh yeah.
So technically that was the hardest one, but not due to any error on my part. So second to that though, definitely the level 500 spear took a minute.
Yeah, that's a very surprising answer because I thought that you were going to say the 1 million diamonds.
Oh, no, that to be honest, that's just one of those things that I just got. But I mean, I play active, right? Like I really only in like the last like 2 major updates, pretty much switched to playing idle. And when you play active a lot, you can get a million real fast. I'll tell you what though, and I guess this is maybe I don't know a good question for you or not. Well, I'll start here. How far are you in terms of like story progress? So like the village quests and stuff like that. How far along have you completed with those?
Well, now I need to build the refinery, which it costs me like I think 15 astral keys or maybe more. I don't remember, to be honest. Which I'm close because I'm close to ultra ascending because I need one more upgrade to buy. And yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're right there. You're right there at the final stages of the current story progress. So okay. So did you when you're doing I think his name is Pan, so he gives you a quest, and it used to be 20 million fire enemies, and they've since reduced that significantly. So my question is, did you get the 20 million fire enemies, or did you get the reduced version?
Yeah, so many bad memories, to be honest. Yeah, I get the 20 million. It wasted my half a year earned feathers because I was speedrunning doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I also had to do the 20 million, and I was so mad when they nerfed it because I was like, man, I had to earn that.
Yeah, me too, yeah. I think I was even more mad than the chest hunt things when I didn't get the perfect chest hunt, yeah. But I got used to it, so yeah. I mean, not because it's a very big reward, I mean, 10 CPS bonus, like, they should... I think the best option was to buff the reward instead of making it easier to get.
Right.
Yeah. So my question is... How did you get those crazy evolved enemies? Like, when first time I checked your channel, I was very confused on them.
How did I get the what now?
The evolved, like, giant soul tank, which it had legs, and it was, like, alive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so, the main quests that you get, the ones that you just have to, like, buy with coins, right? Like,
yeah.
The general quests that you get, that you unlock all your upgrades behind. So in the last big update, they added on 2 new tiers of quest. So one of the new quests that you get is to kill 10,000 soul tanks. And then that unlocks the awakened soul tanks. But that is, I think, to unlock that tier of quest level I believe is like 20 SXP coins. So you might just not be there yet, which I guess leads to a good question for you. Where are you in terms of the main quest progress?
Well, I'm very far away from my quests, the Infinity quests, because I'll ultra ascend, then I'll get to 60 quintillion Slayer points to get the golden random boxes, which that's my last quest, the Gates of Infinity. And
okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stuck waiting until you can get golden boxes, huh?
Yeah, I'm stuck. Which it will take a long time because my strategy is offline, which is a very good question to ask you. How do you get like sextillion Slayer points? Like every ascension you have like 1 or 2, which is a lot for me.
Yeah, well, it's it's all relative, right? I mean, the more you ascend and stuff like that, you get more and more. So before the last big update where they added the refinery and all that fun stuff, I was at a stage in the game where I was like, if I just shot my bow, I would get a handful of trillions of souls, and if I did great big crazy rage farms, I would get like maybe hundreds of quadrillions, right? And then that had to build up to quintillions. It was very slow. But when the new update came out, and so once you get the refinery, you'll get access to this. One of the new items that you can make is the critical sword that increases your crit rate by 45%. So I have an 85% chance for critical souls, and my critical souls is really, really good.
Wow.
So I basically took the trillion stage out. So I went from I'm getting trillions that become quadrillions that have to become quintillions. It pretty much took the trillion stage out. So now I'm more or less just getting quadrillions that become quintillions very quickly. And so essentially, my rate of gain, the rate that I was getting quintillions before they added the critical sword, is the rate that I'm getting like sextillions now.
Yeah, yeah. When I shot with my bow, I get like millions and billions, which is just terrible. Yeah,
Yeah, it makes, but again, it also, like I said, the more you get, the more you ascend, and the more you ascend, the more you get. So, and I probably have time for one more question if you've got one more you want to send my way.
yeah. I mean, it's your turn, I think, to ask a question. I think.
Is it my turn? Okay.
Yeah. Then I have a
All right.
very important question. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and if you have any, I guess, other real important ones, you can just fire away. But sorry, so this will be my last question to you then, which would probably be, what is something you would like to see added to the game that might help you move along at the stage of the game you're in now?
Well, I know I have a lot of creative ideas, but this is a very interesting question because I haven't really thought about that. But I mean, there's two ways that I can answer. One is the boring way, and one is the fun way. The boring way is just an upgrade that costs 1 Slayer points that gives you 1,000,000% of souls bonus. Yeah, I mean, most of the people will answer like that.
Yeah, who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the obvious. But the most interesting way of answering this question is to add a new destination. That's very good.
Yes, oh man, I 100% agree. That would be great.
Yeah, I mean, I had like a lot of creative ideas for destinations that they need to add. So Idleslayer, devs and owner, please add me to your ideas team. I mean, with my ideas, I can literally build Idleslayer version 10. That's now it's 7. Because I have a lot of ideas like for the minigames, hardcore mode, and that stuff. So yeah,
well, maybe we can do this again sometime and just talk about crazy ideas. All right,
yeah.
What do you got for me?
Yeah, the last question is, do I generally need to do some changes of my armor? Because I think maybe I made a mistake there. Maybe.
On your armor? Well, it's the, you use the Kishar one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I used the Kishar armor for a long time, and it certainly was fine. But, I might look into getting a Boreas armor.
Wait, actually, I thought the armor is not the armor. Oh my god, I'm even more behind because I'm using the quest one.
Well, I use the quest one a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean,
the armor.
as a whole, yeah.
My bad, I misunderstood the
Yeah,
question.
I mean, I can tell you in detail what my question is because maybe I need to do a lot of changes. Like, I can tell you now. Like, I use the flame cross here as a staff. And good thing for the ring, I changed it in my latest video. Like, I kinda liked the ring that gave me the River Rock. I mean, the Soulstone Guardian X. I mean, I just like to joke about the bosses. It's kind of fun. And yeah, I also started using some loadouts, like for the beginning when I Ultra Ascent. And I use the Quimbo shield. I think that's what it's called, yeah. So for that changes, what do I need to do?
Well, so, and I don't know, somebody else might give you a different answer, but I have a very specific philosophy when it comes to gaming, and especially this game, and games like this one, where there are so many different ways to play it, right? You can play active, you can play idle, you can bow farm, you can rage farm.
Yeah.
And you have the Stones of Idle that you can, or the Ultraslayer points.
Yeah, actually, that's a very interesting question and fast one. My upgrades, of time that I have 120 Ultra Slayer points, and for the 4 stone, I just made split them up equal. So yeah, that's the best for me because I can't really strategize on what's the best because my achievements are pretty different, I need coins, I need gemstones, and of course Slayer points for finishing, the trees. Because maybe that's not really important, but yeah, I mean, those are my 2 final questions about the stones and the armory. So yeah, for the armory, you're right, yeah. Maybe...
Yeah, and I guess, my answer is pretty much the same for both of them, and that would really be that, it's best to build for how you play the game, right? So like me, if I were to just say, you should build it just like me, right? Be really active, and, well, if you don't play active as much as I do, that build wouldn't suit you as much, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, you build for your chest hunts, you want to hunt souls that way, so, once you're in that direction, Kishar's great for that. But yeah, I would just, I would answer that to you the same way I would answer it to anyone, and that's just howdy.
Oh, did it happen again? Yeah, it
A
happened
lot of
again.
people, yeah, here we go again. A lot of people are like, what's the best gear? And then they want to get that gear, and then they're like, okay, how do I make my strategy accommodate this gear, right? Or, they're like, what's the best USP spec? And then they look it up and they go, okay, how do I make my play style best work with this spec? And I would say that's backwards. I would say do the opposite of that. You need to make your gear work for your play style and make your spec work for your play style. So whatever your play style is, that's my answer.
Yeah, that's very true, because on my last video I said that for my opinion that's the best armory that I use, but maybe for your opinion you have other best armory. So yeah, that is very, very good answer. So for the strategy stuff, I'm going to build that after the Ultra Sen, because you answered me about the refinery stuff, which it will unlock pretty fun stuff, and I'll change the strategy. And also I'm very confused on the last part of the update for the offline stuff and active boosted. I don't know how they work.
The offline for what now?
I mean, because they said that if you have an active boost when you're back, it will be still on. I mean, that's how I understand it. And maybe get more stuff.
So it's not that it will still be on. It will be, like, say if you have 30 minutes of buff, you log off and come back 20 minutes later, then you should still have 10 minutes left. You should. But honestly, I experimented with this, and it seems inconsistent at best.
Yeah, I watched that video, yeah. And I was still confused because of your video you use the things that are locked for me, like the critical sword and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they changed, at least the way that it explains it in the, I'll read it verbatim here off the patch note. It says active bonuses are no longer wasted when you're offline longer than they last. So if you have 20 minutes of buff and you're offline for 30 minutes, they used to just go away.
Oh yeah, that's actually very good.
So they now apply to your offline earnings for their full duration. But again, I tell you what, I still find this to be inconsistent, because I can tell you it does not work for whetstones.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I tried with the Soul's Compass, it doesn't work too, yeah.
So I'm not sure what things it does and doesn't apply to, but I don't know, maybe it's just glitchy and they coded it wrong or something.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how it's supposed to work anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing about it is when my Wi-Fi goes like in seconds off, when I come back I notice it, that my boosts are still on, which is very good. I mean, that's the best thing about the update. Yeah.
But is about all the time I have, though. But I really appreciate the chance to work together. I enjoyed the interview, and
Yeah, me too.
I just love talking about the game with other people that like it as much as I do. So
Yeah, me too. Yeah, same. So we really enjoyed the interview. It was very fun. Thank you, the Effective Collective, for collabing with me, and thank you guys for watching the video. Also, I'll give you some sneak peeks about my future videos. So the next episode in Idleslayer will be released next week, but this week I'll release a very cool Minecraft video. So yeah, and also I changed my end screen, which you will see it now. So yeah, that's it. Like and subscribe and join my Discord server. Also join the Idleslayer Discord server. So yeah. So these are the last 20 seconds of this video. So yeah, this is an end screen. And we'll see what playlist will you choose. Idleslayer Series Part 1 or Idleslayer Series Part 2. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you on the next one.